Yo, what's going on, Burritos? It's King of Brita King, and today I'm here to talk about The War Within, and my views on how early access was, and my experiences. So, for anyone who doesn't know me, I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day. I started playing during Legion, I did a lot of Mythics pluses during Legion, and then during BFA up to Shadowlands, I played as a Mythic Plus Raider. So a Mythic Plus Raider? A Mythic Raider. And basically I left in Castle Nethria because I fucking hated Shadowlands. And some people are going to attack me for that, but Shadowlands was fucking awful. And basically I didn't play during Dragonflight really. I did a bit of the questing, so I'm going into this very, very, very skeptical of actually how World of Warcraft was. I'm not one of these diehards who loves the fucking game, which I do, but I don't really give a shit. If it dies and it's shit, then it is shit. And just to get it out of the way, yes, this is a honeymoon period to a certain extent, so my views may change, but I want to give my views on how the game actually is, as well as what my views are on how early access was. So let's get into this. First things first, let's talk about the quests, alright? Yeah, the questing's good because it actually has creative direction now. So thank fuck for that. Thank you, Crits Metzen, because the storyline's amazing. It's short, it's sweet, it's not long, but it doesn't have to be because it actually fucking states what needs to go through, and also as well, it seems important to the actual story. Like, it doesn't seem like, oh, we're just these random people. I mean, easy Dragonflight comparison is, these are the Centaurs. This is what the Centaurs are doing. Okay. Bye. We'll never probably see you again, apart from maybe one dungeon. That's it. And I think that could be said about most things about Dragonflight, really. And then some of it was the same in Shadowlands as well, where some bits just weren't really important and some bits were. And BFA, oh god, don't even get me started on BFA. But yeah, all of it actually felt important. And then also on top of that as well, side stories, or the side quests. I think they're called local stories now, and they're good. They're really fucking good, and some of them were really gut-wrenching. I mean, my favourite one personally was the Earthen's Fading Memories. While for me, I didn't cry, I know some people who have people who suffer with dementia, or have had people suffer with dementia and have lost them, unfortunately, and they cried. They were unable to hold back tears. I've even seen clips online of people who streamed and got really upset when they watched people do that. And it was hard. It was genuinely hard to play, but it was so good, and it was such a good creative direction. And I feel that it actually was able to tell a story that maybe it wasn't able to 2-4 years ago. So big thumbs up on the questing. Now, we're going to get to early access because a lot of this feeds into the same thing about how I feel about early access. And just to make it clear, I don't think early access should have existed. I'm lucky enough that I was able to have someone pay for my early access because he owed me big time. So I was lucky enough to play early access. And let me just say, it was absolute dog shit. A lot of it was fun, and I didn't actually mind doing it. I did stream the entire leveling process of my Hunter, which you guys can check out on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BurritoKing. But was it good? Yeah, it was okay. The problem is it was completely unbalanced. So they framed early access as, you're not going to get an advantage above everyone else. And then you look back 48 hours after release, and, well, top guilds, they're 18 characters leveled. A few people who I'm aware of and who I have spoken to made 2.5 million gold in the first 24 hours just from reagent farms, and by the time it got to full release, everything just went down again, and nobody was able to get back. And you might say, well, gold's not that important, but when you can buy gear and you can instantly get up to around about 580 from that point, yeah, it's unfair. In my opinion, it shouldn't have existed, and if it should have existed, you know, it shouldn't have been like this, where, quite frankly, you should have hit level, and it should have said, you can go to the usual places, but you can't play anymore, right? You can't do any more quests unless it's side quests, and you shouldn't have been able to level, like, in terms of you shouldn't have been able to get a bunch of renown. It was just unfair, and it just did not work. quick. Also as well, something that I had a major issue with in terms of early access was how they basically fucked all the normal people during leveling, right? So people who, you know, didn't buy early access, they came into it looking at all these amazing gamers who found an amazing way to level in 3 hours. And yes, if you don't enjoy the story, which is the main point of this expansion, then yeah, you're maybe not going to enjoy it. But these people wanted to level very quickly. Maybe they'll go through it in their own time. They just wanted to get a character up so they can enjoy the scaling and stuff like that. Well, shock's on you, you can't, because it used to be 3 hours for early access people if you wanted to spam through dungeons really quick with a group, which there were loads of groups during the first 48 to 72 hours of both launches. But no, that was taken away because Blizzard said that was an unintended feature, which I want to point out to you, why didn't they change it during early access then? They had all the time in the world. They weren't really touching anything else apart from some quests that were fucking broken, but like, they weren't doing anything, but they changed it deliberately, and I'm going to say deliberately, very harshly here, deliberately the second early access ended. And it was wrong. They should have done it 2 weeks after. They should not have done it now. And it sucked, and they shouldn't have done it, and I think it was shit. So overall, if people want to know where I stand with early access, even though I bought it, early access should not exist in MMO, and if you are, you need to fucking restrict people heavily. Then what's the point in purchasing it then? And quite frankly, there is none, because you shouldn't have early access. So, it shouldn't have happened. One thing I will say that I really fucking like is how alt-friendly it is. It's very alt-friendly. I mean, I've got 2 characters leveled. I know some people in my Twitch chat who have around about 5 to 6. And genuinely, it's insane how quickly you can level, A. B, it's lovely to level because you get a lovely stagnant XP boost every time you get a character to 80. And C, you can get a bunch of gear when you finish at level 80 because it's warbound or your character has miraculously got some by doing general content like dungeons and stuff. So it's good. It's very good. I'm very enjoying it, and I'm, you know, my mage is close to my hunter's level, and in terms of eye level, and I know that if I get any other characters up, I could probably get it to around about 570 in the space of a day from leveling 2 up there. So it's worth it. It's genuinely worth it, and I think the warbound system is amazing. I think that they should probably expand it more, and I think they are as well. So good job. That was fucking amazing, and I loved it. So overall, and I know this has been a little bit of tangent because this is personal views and this is not really scripted. So personal views and overall about this is I think the expansions are good. And yes, the honeymoon period still exists, and I think we need to wait for the raid to come out. But for me, I'm going to enjoy it. I think I'm going to keep playing, and I'm going to keep playing and playing and playing until I get bored or I want to have a break. And I don't think I'll have a break for a long-ass time. Overall, I think there's some things that could be improved, such as not having early access, and also as well not having some fucking overpowered farms, such as the fucking wax farm that you can do in Hallowfall. It's insane. I'm still doing it personally to get Valor points, Valor stones, sorry, but it's broken. It shouldn't exist, and I don't know why it does exist. But yeah, overall, very good expansion. If you haven't played WoW in a long time and you're thinking about getting into WoW the first time, fucking get it and come enjoy. And please, please, please enjoy it as best as possible. But that is the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sorry if it was very quick. I'm trying to give you a brief overview of what I think, and this is where I stand with the War Within. So, if you did enjoy this video and you like hearing my voice, please come join me on Twitch, twitch.tv/BurritoKing. I stream almost every single day, except the weekends, and, you know, I talk like this, and I give my views on stream in a less rushed manner. Also as well, if you did enjoy this content and want to see more content, hit that like button and maybe think about subscribing, because I do post content such as this on many other games. Yeah, and I'm trying to do it every single week. So thank you all very much for subscribing, and thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you all later. Thank you all. Goodbye. Peace out.